Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Miss Lani and I'm back again with fun facts about yet another African country, and today we are talking about Eswatini, which was previously known as Swaziland. That is one of our points. Fun fact number one, Eswatini is one of Africa's last three monarchies, the other ones being there's Lesotho and Morocco. Before this, I actually didn't know that Morocco is a monarchy, but the more you learn. For those who aren't aware, a monarchy, I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's a colonizer language anyway. But okay, a monarchy is where a king or a queen rules over a country instead of just like a president or whatever, which is something that we actually used to. So that is what Eswatini, Lesotho and Morocco are like. So in Eswatini, by tradition, the king rules along with his mother, who is referred to as Indlovukazi, and the king is referred to as Ingwenyama. Point number two is about the name. Eswatini was previously known as Swaziland, and the name was changed for two reasons. Reportedly, it was changed on the country's 50th anniversary, which was 19 April in 2018. So the first reason why it was changed was so that the country can get rid of the colonial name and have, an actual name like other countries did. I think Namibia was in Namibia before. I just forgot what the name was. Zimbabwe was Rhodesia. I think Zambia was something Southern Rhodesia or Northern Rhodesia. I don't even know. I don't know which side Zambia is to Zimbabwe, but whatever. Yeah, something like that. So I think they finally caught up and they decided to call their country Eswatini. The second reason is the country was frequently confused with Switzerland. So to avoid the confusion, they decided to change. Fun fact number three, the largest mine in the world is located in Eswatini. It's called Ngwenya Mine, and it dates back to over 40,000 years old. And I think this is amazing, and I did find a lot of things about it while I was doing my research. And something else that I stumbled over was another mine that is apparently in Egypt, that is said to be, it could be the oldest mine in the world because it would date back to over 100,000 years old. Now, I cannot confirm this because as I was doing research, I struggled to find any information about this mine in Egypt. So the Ngwenya mine in Eswatini it takes the cup. Even if it didn't, Egypt is still in Africa, so it will still be something to celebrate. But for now, Ngwenya mine takes the cup. Fun fact number four. This is something that is popular in monarchies in general. I do not know what happens with modern day monarchies. I do not follow those things. But when it comes to stories and fairy tales and culture in general, African culture, a king chooses his successor, and this is different in Eswatini. Apparently the king does not. Now, I did read in many places that there is the royal council that does this, that sits down and they choose, and they don't choose the king, they choose the king according to his mother, but we'll get to that. About the council, I also read somewhere that the council may no longer exist. I am not sure how that is going, but the point is this still stands anyway, whether or not the council stands. So the king is chosen according to the queen, his mother, a queen. Amongst queens, we will get to this at some point, how the Eswatini kings are polygamous. So there is normally a lot of queens. So the king is chosen according to his mother's status within the community, within the kingdom. And another factor is that the king should be that queen's only son, and the king should also be unmarried. So I think that's why it narrows it down, because depending on age and all these things, some of the current kings sons would have male siblings. They could be old enough to have went and married, and also I guess the queen mother status is also a factor when it comes to this, so I guess it helps with narrowing it down. Now this is an independent point of its own, but I already briefly mentioned it on the previous one. The kings of Eswatini are generally polygamous. The current reigning king, King Mswati III, is 54 years old, if I'm not mistaken, and he apparently has about 15 wives, which, if you're surprised, maybe this, I don't think you're expecting what's coming, but the king before him, his father, had apparently up to 125 wives and like, I think, thousands of children. The thousands of children part I read from a not so reputable source, so do not quote me on that. When I say not so reputable, I mean Wikipedia. You never know who wrote that. So yeah, but he, according to various sites, he had definitely had over 100 wives. So he was out here, yeah, living his life. A fun fact number 7, this is probably the craziest of them all, and the most crazy, ridiculous in a very conservative way, just like old customs and stuff like that. And then again, I think I'm thinking about it, I'm already judging this, but it's a matter of perception. I think that it's ridiculous and whatever because of the society that I grew up in. I probably would think it would be different if I grew up there, but whatever. Fun fact number 7. In Eswatini, women are not allowed to eat offal. It is believed that if a woman eats a cow's brain, they would become too clever. Even saying it out loud is so ridiculous, but yes, it is believed that they will become clever, and a woman is just not supposed to be clever. They're just supposed to rely on their husbands. And apparently if you eat the tongue of a cow, if a woman eats the tongue of a cow, it is said that they gain the courage to talk back at their husbands, so that's why they are prohibited. And also they don't eat cow heels because apparently this gives them the courage to run away. Oh, this is so ridiculous, but I'm just thinking that this is just a strategy to oppress women, because you're not supposed to be cleverer than your spouse. You're not supposed to talk. Like, you eat the brains of a cow, you get clever. You eat the tongue of a cow, you start talking back at your husband. And you eat cow heels, you potentially would walk out on your marriage. I don't feel like anyone would feel like walking out of their marriage unless if they are mistreated. So the system is apparently to try and keep women wherever they are quote unquote supposed to be, instead of actually having a mind of their own, thinking and going out to seek something that is good for them. I think anyway, when you're programmed like this, you do not see, you do not know anything outside of it. If somebody does become that person that has these kinds of ideas, you are seen as an anomaly and you are most likely to meet trouble. I wouldn't know specifically when it comes to Eswatini, but I'm just thinking about it. I think taking from, for example, that what is it called? The other, I know it's Latter Day Saints, something, PLSD. I don't remember what the P stands for, but you know, the beliefs that they had, those people had, or have, I think they still exist. They are brainwashed. I read somewhere that the only chance that a woman gets to eat any of these things is on the day they get married. They get a little piece. You get a little piece of the cow's brain, you get a little piece of the tongue, you get a little piece of the heel. but that is the only time that a woman is ever allowed to eat offal. Now here's another point to note. Some of these cultural beliefs are often true. I'm speaking from a perspective of a person that is from an African country and lives in another African country. Some of these customs and stuff are very much alive and very much true, but it is not everybody that still follows these things, right? You would find that for the most part, people in rural areas follow these things, and it's also not everyone that does, right? So yeah, if you have been to Eswatini, or if you know better than obviously me, because I just read stuff from the internet, do let us know in the comments what's going on with the cow offal and all these things. Let us know if there's anything else that you know about Eswatini that I did try and highlight, like the positive about our countries and just like our continent rather, and just celebrate the beauty that comes with it, because I mean no other continent is like Africa, you know. So yeah, I do not know whether it's fortunate or unfortunate, but that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Please do not forget to pay the like button a visit. Hopefully take some ice cream to the like button and maybe sit there and have a chat a little bit with the like button, okay? Okay, if you like the conversation you have with your the like button and you still not subscribed, perhaps you can press over there, turn that red into gray. That does not sound good or poetic at all, but it's out there, okay? I love you. Bye. Oh, see you on Friday on the vlog.